I'm reading from Arabian Nights, and we're on night 332. Okay. 332, page 79. Malcolm. Malcolm Lyons. Morning now dawned, and Scheherazade broke off from what she had been allowed to say. Then, when it was 332nd night, she continued, I have heard, O fortunate king, that Ali said, do as you please, and then went on. So Joubert sent one of his slave girls for an inkstand and paper. When she had fetched him these, he wrote these lines. It's like we're getting poetry all throughout this. I didn't know Arabian Nights was like a poetry book. Right? You have a reason to write poetry within the story. In the purpose. The purpose of a story is to provide the opportunity for a poem. In God's name, lady, be gentle with me, for love has now robbed me of all my wits. Love and desire for you have me within their power, clothing me in sickness, leaving me a legacy of humbleness. My lady, before today, I used to despise all love, thinking it something negligible and easy. But when love showed the billows of its sea, through God's decree, I started to excuse its sufferers. Whether you want to pity me, to grant me union, or kill me, you should not forget God's grace. All right, so he's appealing to grace. He's afflicted with love, I guess. Do you think there's any hope for him? You'd think a woman can leave a man with a legacy of humbleness. He was robbed of all his wits. My goodness. That's an interesting poem in itself. How come they don't have the poetry of the Arabian Nights? But they do have the Arabian Nights. He sealed the and after he had handed it to me, I took it and went to Budur's house. Budur.
You remember she was praying for her love to be gone to his house.
And she prayed that he would be afflicted with love. God. You don't do that to me, do you? No. Do you pray that I'm afflicted with love? I did it. I afflicted you. I prayed that you would be afflicted with love. So this is what I did. As I had done before, I lifted the curtain bit by bit, and this time I was confronted by 10 swelling, breasted virgins. My God, 10 of them. Swelling, breasted virgins, like moons, in the midst of whom sat the Lady Budur, like a full moon among the stars and the sun, when the clouds have cleared away, showing no sign of pain or suffering. While I was watching her in surprise, she turned in my direction, and seeing me standing at the door, she welcomed me and told me to come in. I did, and after greeting her, I handed her Joubert's note. I guess if you want to get a lot of attention, and you can be a go-between between lovers. And I would like to be a go-between so I can get a good welcome to the door, you know. When she saw this and grasped its content, she laughed and said, "The poet told no lie when he said, Poem, I shall endure my love for you with steadfastness until a messenger comes to me from you." I would rather be the messenger than the lover, in my opinion. I was going to write a reply for you to take, here, Monsieur, so that he may give you what he promised you. Could you imagine all those dinars? I'd have thousands of dinars. We could be love messengers. Does that mean we open up like a dating site? "My God reward you well," I said, and she called to one of her girls to bring her an inkstand and paper. When these had been fetched, she wrote the following lines. Here's the poem. More poetry. Like all poetry all the time. "How is it that I kept my word while you were treacherous, and while you saw I acted fairly, you wronged me? It was you who first broke with me, treating me harshly. It was from you that treachery first came, while I preserved our covenant among mankind, guarding your honor, swearing on your behalf, until I saw with my own eyes what saddened me, and I heard news of the foulness of your deeds, while I exalt your worth. Is mine to be held cheap? By God, if you honored me, I would do that for you. I shall turn my heart from you to find solace, washing my hands of you in my despair." "By God, my lady," I told her, "as soon as he reads this, he will die." And tearing it up, I asked her to write something else. "To hear is to obey," she said, and she wrote these lines. You'd think that was good, he tore it up. "I consoled my eyes, now taste sweet sleep. The censorers have told me what took place, and my heart has agreed that it should forget you. You have gone, and my eyelids no longer shun sleep. He lies who says distance is bitter. To me its taste is that of sugar. I have come to hate those who pass by with news of you, turning against them and thinking of this as something foul. My whole body is free of your memory. Let this slanderer learn this, and all who wish to know." When he reads this, my lady, I told him, his soul will certainly leave his body. "Do you say this because his passion has really reached such a pitch?" she asked. I told her, if I put it even more strongly, it would be true, and forgiveness is one of the qualities of the noble. When she heard what I had to say, her eyes filled with tears, and she wrote him a note, the equal of which no one at your court, commander of the faithful, could produce. In it were these lines. Now, she's the third try at the poem. "How long will this coquetry, French word, coquetry, and these false accusations last? I swear that you have brought solace to those who envy me. It may be that I did some wrong unwittingly. Tell me then, what have you heard of me? It is my desire, my darling, to set you in the place sleep occupies in my eyes and my eyelids. How have you come to drink the glass of love unmixed? If then you see me drunk, do not reproach me." When she had finished writing this, the story stops. at the night 3:32. 3:32. Well, seems we're left hanging behind every.
I
Does
thought
that?
she was in love with him. Who's the one who was
Why
in
is she
love?
harsh?
Who is the one who was sending love?
It starts with the woman Badur who wants to write a letter to Joubert.
She's the one.
He met her first to write and got the letter. He started with her, and now she's afflicted him with love, and now she's like writing this mean poetry. She was mad at him. What do you think? Do you think she still loves him, or is she trying to torture him?
But what did he? It seems he did something to her.
Well, he rebuffed her. He was slow at the draw. You think a man should be slow at the draw, difficult in love? Oh, love is too difficult. That's why I prefer to be the messenger. I get 500 dinars and 1,000 dinars. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the reader. So don't shoot me. I'm only the reader of this book. I didn't write it. All right. Okay. Night 3:32.